You're eating a bowl of watermelon?
More water? Dude, watermelon is just about out for the season. I want to capitalize on it.
We've already had this intro, literally, haven't we? Or was that mid-show where Sheyn just, hold on.
I think that was mid-show.
Turn your head, Sheyn. Oh my God. How did you get your hair so shiny and sleek?
Easy. He doesn't wash it for 13 days and it stays the same. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Joey Podcast. This is not your mom's mountain bike podcast, but if she has one, let us know because that would probably be pretty interesting. Anyway, the Joey Podcast could be about kangaroos, but it's actually about mountain bikes. And we talk about all things bike related, except for bikes themselves, except we do. Today on our show, we have with us, starting off, the one, the only, Paul the Punter. Say hello,
wow.
Paul.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hello. I thought that was going to be Sheyn. I'm actually honored that it's me.
Yeah.
I was already walking back, like, let Sheyn talk.
Wow, Paul. Paul's surprised to hear the nice things. And then we have the guy that I put up and tolerate with because all he does is make excuses. Oh, wait, I already introduced Paul. And then we have Sheyn.
Ooh, and tonight I'm mukbanging, however you say it, some watermelon.
You heard me compare you to Paul and you started saying, oh, tonight. Oh, I got some.
Well, yeah, I didn't. I just couldn't be quick on my feet enough for that accent, Paul.
There we go. And then I have myself, Josh, with the channel Daily Mountain Bike Rider. But who cares about our YouTube channels because it's all about the podcast.
Wait, Josh, why are you pronouncing your name weird? Sheyn, do you not think this is weird?
Oh, sorry. I am Josh.
Josh.
I'm Josh, and I have a colon. And actually, my neighbor is moving. So if you'd like to be a part of my colon, let me know. If you don't know what that means, go back and check out episode 7. I think it's episode 7. All right. So guys, did you just real quick? Let's take like 1 minute. What'd you do for riding this week? Let us know and our audience know.
So this week I had some folks come in from Utah, and they were like, "Hey, can you show me your trails?" So I rode around for 4 days and blew my legs out.
Is Utah pretty similar to your Colorado trail?
It depends where you come from in Utah. If you're coming from Salt Lake City, it's Salt Lake City is really mellow, so they're kind of looking for the mellow stuff. Unless they've got some skills, then I take them to the rocks.
Nice.
It was a bad mistake doing that with Paul, though. Just kidding, Paul.
No, I'm all set for redemption. I'm set for good sleep, accustomed to altitude, and good sleep, and not being a whip, not being a pansy.
Nice.
All right, Paul, what'd your week of riding look like?
I didn't wait, have I? No, I did. We had a little birthday celebration at the weekend where we did like a little scavenger hunt, which was quite fun. So my buddy's girlfriend set up things and we had clues and we were in teams and we would ride around and try and do that. Oh wow.
And all the clues were like mountain bike trails or
well, no, we had a map and then it had like points on it and you had to go to them. And one of them was shotgun a beer. And I was like, oh, I can't do that, team. And then it was an alcohol-free beer, but there were drinking challenges. So I was like, I'll do the alcohol-free one. And did the biggest burp I have ever done in my entire life. Like, it was incredible.
All right. So, Paul, next podcast, right before we start, we need you to shotgun one of those so that we can have our intro be a huge burp.
I will never be able to replicate it.
Oh,
it was too good. I've peaked.
Do you have a non-alcoholic beer with you right now?
No, I did protein shake this week. I don't have a vehicle right now, so it's kind of like a bit annoying to carry like cans of stuff back.
Yeah, so if anybody is listening and wants to sponsor the podcast, we really want to buy Paul just some sort of mode of transportation. He needs help, everybody. But Paul,
things aren't going great.
Yeah, I'm happy you rode. I rode 3 times this week, and to sum up my riding, it was pouring rain, super sloppy, and I continued to fall. Basically, that's Washington for you. It was great.
Oh. Did you ride with that young chap Liam?
I did ride with Liam, and he said I rode with Paul in whatever it's called
in Big Bear. Yeah, he showed me an amazing trail. I was so happy.
Snow Summit.
Yeah. He showed me this amazing trail, and I was so grateful because I was like getting a bit burnt out and everything. He's like, "Oh, come with me. Come and follow over here." And then we rode it. I was like, "This is exactly what I needed." So.
And he's like, yeah, Paul, we were in the lift line, and Paul was expecting like 100 people to say hi to him, and no one did. And he kept saying like, this is so weird.
I'm even wearing my socks.
I think
Exact opposite happened. He was like, yeah, there's a bunch of people that were like, hey, Paul, and wanted pictures. And he's like, I'm sure you guys get tired of that. I'm like, yeah, I've had that before. Yeah. Cool.
Couple times, cool.
Cool.
All right.
Anyway.
It is time for our, I don't think it's our favorite segment, but it's an awesome one because it means Sheyn is going to sing our introduction to it. Sheyn, there's your hint. It's time for...
It's
last week's comments.
was that amazing or what? Is your
Sheyn.
mind blown?
Yeah, could you just send me that audio file and I'll actually put it in the podcast and it'll actually be good. Wait,
that would be so rad.
Yeah, look, Sheyn, I've been asking you. I thought we were on episode 19, but I think we're actually on episode 18 and I've counted wrong.
We were 18 last week.
No, but we've only got 17. We've only got 17 videos on our channel. So.
We're officially legal this week. Awesome.
Yay!
All right.
The first one we hid.
Yeah, we need an intro, Sheyn. Can you work on it this week?
Oh, okay.
You have 7 days to make something that is like 5 seconds long.
I just got it right here on this.
No, but an intro to the show.
Oh,
and once we do, we will get sponsored. All right, time for last week's comments. Who's up first? Let's start. Who's on first? It's Sheyn.
Well, okay. So last week we talked about the mental blocks of mountain biking and suspension tuning. And our friend Chump MTB, he chimed in, said, tuning is strange. I spent an entire year tuning my Bronson. I obsessed over it. I tried 1,000 settings, spaces, PSI, rebound, and I hated all of it. Honestly, it still doesn't feel right. Then I picked up a second bike, rode it as is, set by the bike shop, slowed the rebound down 1 click, and haven't touched it again in 5 months. Nothing makes sense in this crazy mixed up world. Man, his accents are like really throwing me off.
I have two ideas here. Number one, have you ever heard that joke where it's like, idiot goes to the doctor and then he's like, doctor, this hurts. This hurts.
Do you have a broken finger?
Exactly. I feel like this is that real life situation. Maybe he just didn't like the bike and like that's what he didn't like. And then I guess he must have gone and picked up a Scott or something and just had a much better time.
I don't know. I think he was trying to be like Paul and was having a horrible time and then just decided to be like Josh and was having a great time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it is a Santa Cruz, so like I'm not surprised, obviously. Just kidding. Yeah, that's weird. I've never had that problem. Once again, though, I am not the person to comment on these last week's comments about tuning and whatever.
Oh my god, I completely forgot to get the soundbite, but we'll come to Jerry of the Week in a minute. But
did you miss an Aaron Gwynn soundbite again?
No, I missed a much better one.
No.
But anyway, we'll carry on.
Sorry, just one more time because I feel like we have to talk about it every episode. Nothing is better than Aaron Gwynn introducing the Joey podcast, and Paul, you're forever a failure until you redeem yourself.
I don't know. There's definite Curb Your Enthusiasm meme potential in the future. But anyway, we'll get to it.
All right, I'll read the next comment. It's from which if you spell it, sounds just like it is written. It says suspension, period. All right, that was the comment. Cool, moving on. No, just kidding. He said, I'm with Josh, and that it's more about the rider than the bike. Preach it, dude. And your body instinctively adjusts to the different suspensions and different bikes. Wow, it's like I wrote this myself on my spam account.
Is this your spam account?
Yeah, he goes.
You even signed it, Josh. That's
daily.
And he says, I use this concept to teach myself to adapt to different suspension settings and behaviors on a bike in order to become a better rider. I thought that was really good. And so he says, sometimes I just mess with my suspension intentionally to change up my riding and learn how to attack certain features from another perspective. This is like my best friend. Wow. And he goes, I've progressed my riding. My style has changed and my suspension setting preferences have changed as well. Wow. Cheers to you. I like you, man.
Daily rider.
So he has changed his suspension settings as he changes the rider.
Yeah.
But he likes to mix it up. You know.
Okay. Splendid. Heightened MTB, carrying on with the canon of having MTB in your YouTube username.
All the best ones do.
All the best ones have crashing dad, I heard.
Well, that's true. You got me that time.
Form.
I ride by myself 99% of the time, and I ride quite often by myself. But that was the actual sentence. Okay. It's word of the week this week, tautological. It's where you put two things that mean the same thing consequently. Consequently? Anyway. So drops, jumps, even manualing are daunting and scary for me because I'm in my head coaching myself on what to do. The best tool I have found and used one time that made a big difference was coaching with a mountain bike coach. Working with a coach broke down a few basic and crucial obstacles for me in my riding. So having someone objectively see your riding, coaching confidence is probably what I need more to conquer the mental blocks preventing my progression as a rider. I completely agree.
So you're saying that a SRAM Axis and a Fox Boost isn't going to make me better than a coaching session?
I guess not. No. And this is, well, I mean, I've done a couple of videos with people on my channel, but I want to have, it's kind of like, it's very tricky to film a video and also get coaching and try and process it. So there's like a couple of pros locally, and I think I might do like a 2-day thing where one day I actually go and get some tips off them, and then we make the video after, which should make it a bit easier, maybe a little less. What's the word I'm looking for? Realistic? No. What's the other one? What's the freaking word?
I don't know.
Authentic. Authentic. Yeah. Thank you.
You can't read your mind, Paul. We keep trying.
Neither can I. Yeah, maybe a bit less authentic, but yeah, no, I completely agree. I think there's other things that you can spend your money on. For example, I really need to go and start doing yoga this week, and that's my commitment because I feel so locked up, and I'm sure that like bad mobility is going to affect riding, so I'm going to focus on that again.
Josh still just says no, always no.
Josh is always no.
Yep.
I feel like we have talked about investing in yourself, whether it's your fitness or your health or your skills. Usually always pays off way more than gear upgrades, right?
Yeah. No? Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So are these still last week's comments that are on our group script?
No. So we appreciate your comments from last week. If you would like us to maybe read your comment, do a really good, thoughtful, deep comment or something really hilarious, and maybe we'll read you in next week's episode. But this week, I asked everybody on my Insta for some MTB tech questions that we can answer horribly, because I don't know if we can answer them any other way. And I think, Paul, you were saying that we were going to do it like Top Gear. I have no idea what Top Gear is.
Well, no, I actually just separately said that we're kind of like Top Gear with who we are. And I
actually think we're nothing like Top Gear because we're not a dead show that no one watches. Oh, like a Grand Tour. I agree. We are just like that show.
Grand Tour. But
we're not sponsored by them. That show on Amazon that happens to have the same guys.
Not sponsored by Amazon.
Throws me off every time. Well, okay, so I threw it out, and I did the questions in my stories. I should have posted like a picture, like ask me questions, which is usually what those questions are used for when people just really want attention. And I did post a screenshot of the whole like Top Gear thing. And so the Mark Cox, he says Top Gear of MTB. Wait, so who was Clarkson? And then
fat and always right. Sounds like me. Oh wait.
And then a friend, Lightbulb Media, said Paul is definitely Clarkson.
I think I honestly. So Sheyn is definitely the James May of the trio, and I think
wait. James May is Captain Slow.
I know,
and that would be Paul.
But I'm too opinionated to be James May.
Yeah,
but I think
rad hair.
He does have great hair, which also makes sense. And he's well. I think we've mentioned this before. He went to the same university I did. And did the same course and everything.
Oh, Paul, you've gone the wrong direction. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I know. And I think me and Josh are actually some sort of. We have bits of Clarkson and bits of the other one, Richard Hammond.
I would love to be Hammond or James May. I love them all. They're so good.
Anyway, no. So yeah, I just said I was like maybe we could be like the Top Gear of mountain biking. Which
Yeah.
I think we basically are. Probably better. Top gear. Top Gear Plus.
Give us like
So-
2 years, and then on Grand Tour, Jeremy Clarkson would be like, all right, blokes, we need to figure out what on the Joey podcast are we? Definitely
Yeah.
Josh, because Josh is beautiful. Yeah, exactly.
And I really liked it when he got rid of all his hair and just embraced his balding.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's so bad. All right, next quick fire from Shane's Instagram. Deep dives on Shane's DMs. All right.
Some of them are quick fire.
Diving deep into Shane's DMs.
Some of these are quick fire. Some of them we might go a little bit deeper on.
Okay,
They're all
rebuilding
gonna go
shocks and
deeper.
forks. Do it yourself or pay a pro. Paul will say do it himself. Yeah,
No, I
pay a
won't.
pro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say Paul will say pay a pro. He would never do it himself.
I have done it myself. I was going to say I have done it himself. No, I've done it myself. I did it the last one I did was just before the EWS. I just gave my forks a lower service all by myself.
Oh, wow. Shane?
I would take it to a pro. I'm not at the point in my MTB career that I could do it myself.
Lowers changing lower stuff. It's not the hardest.
Rebuilding forks?
I mean, define rebuilding.
I don't know.
I think he means like a typical service. Air can, rear, on a shock service. I absolutely do myself. Forks.
You just need you need a vice. Have you got a vice, Shane?
No, I don't yet.
You don't need
not
a
yet.
vice. I've always done it without one.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I always take my forks in because I really don't want to botch those, so I just take them in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next question: Rocky Mountain Altitude versus Ibis HD5. Your thoughts?
We have no opinions about which bikes are better than the others.
Okay. Well, quick fire.
Absolutely, I do. Because the altitude comes in 29, doesn't it?
No.
No.
Oh, then they both suck. Then the answer is no.
So confident.
Your
so
thoughts?
confident. I
No.
think
Well,
I-
okay.
I think I know so much about this. It's a no because of the wheel. What?
Yeah, so they're both a no. My thoughts: get a 29er, get a real bike. Eventually, you're going to realize you were wrong if you like these.
Okay. Real thoughts, Mr. Strotter727. Rocky Mountain Altitude, I would say, is more of like a trail bike. The angles are more traily. The Ibis HD5, yes, it has 10 more millimeters up front, but it's like 2 degrees slacker up front. And I think it's more of a long travel brawler versus how the altitude will feel.
Well, the Rocky Mountain Altitude has won an Enduro World Series.
That's true. But comes down to being the rider, right?
So
Well, not if you're Paul.
not if you're me. Not if you're me.
Yeah, I just I know I'm a broken record, but like legitimately, I was in the bike shop the other day and someone's like, 27.5, 29. I'm like, how is this still an argument?
Yeah, I think it's such a big decision, and I think that's why it comes up so much.
But,
Because
like-
it's like, is that the starting point, would you say, for a bike?
Yeah, for most people.
Like
Yeah.
before suspension
Wheel size?
travel?
Yeah.
Like do you start with suspension or do you start with wheel size?
Well, once you know your size, probably your size first. But then, yeah, I think wheel size is the next choice.
Mark my words, in 5 years, everyone will own a 29er.
I think so. I think there's still a place for smaller wheels. Like I think next year I'm going to have a small wheel on the back of my downhill bike.
Yeah. And see,
Ooh.
even then a mullet, like a mullet to me, it has a 29er on it. So to me, that's a 29er.
I don't know. I can jump on a 27.5 and still have lots of fun and like it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I've actually ridden a 27.5 bike for so long. Like I just thought about it. Like literally since when I had a transition patrol, that was like 2 years ago. That's nuts.
I had one a little over a year ago. I just missed 29. All right. Great question. So the answer is get a 29er. All right.
All right, Mr. K3V, oval or no oval?
We should really dive deep into this. I think this could be a great one.
I think the answer is pretty obvious.
No oval.
Really?
I don't think it. I don't get it.
Whoa, Paul, explain.
Well, I mean, I personally haven't tried it, so perhaps I shouldn't have the most amazing opinion. But there's a couple of things I've heard from people that know better than me. Well, number one is like I know people that have tried it and they've not been a dick about it. And I'm sure like if you're really into it, then you just be talking about it all the time.
I thought
But
in
it's
the
just-
instruction manual it said like you have to be a jerk about this after you get one.
It comes with every man bike. Yeah, it comes with every man bike standard, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it just seems to be one of those things. Like, if you really think about it, I'd like to think you guys have got a similar reaction. But like, it's just one of those things where everyone's not like, oh, you got to get an oval. You got to get an oval chainring. I don't really. I know some people like it or whatever, but I've heard that like if you have an oval chainring, then you have to have an oval chainring on every single one of your bikes, and that was from one of the pink bike testers. Because you get so used to it, it's hard to change back. So
it changes your cadence so that you have to adjust. Sheyn?
Well, okay. So I have lots of experience on oval chainrings, mainly from my road biking and triathlon days. And okay, so I don't know.
They have oval chainrings on those?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it started.
Yeah,
Mainly because
Bradley Wiggins brought it back.
Yeah, if you're on a flat surface and you're not having to stand up and deal with suspension, if you can just put down power, the oval chainring definitely gives you benefits. I would say, as far as fatigue goes, if you know what a like functional threshold power is, like the maximum power you can put out for an hour, my maximum power was like 280 watts,
which is
that
so
went
much.
It went from 280 to 300 watts. Like I gained 20 watts with an oval chainring.
What?
Yeah.
20 watts?
But when you put that to mountain biking, that's like, mountain biking is very different compared to the power that you're putting out on a road bike. And so
oval chainring.
And then I did ride it on my mountain bike, on my smuggler. I had an oval chainring. And I don't know that it made that much of a difference because I wasn't doing 100 RPM with my legs and I wasn't trying to be like super efficient putting out power. I wasn't being an XC rider. Maybe if I was, the oval would help and I would see the same benefits as on the road bike, but I don't think it matters as much on the mountain bike.
Wow. You're really going to say it doesn't matter. It's embarrassing because that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think it makes a difference. Like different strokes for different folks. Like at the end of the day, our correct me if I'm wrong, our production bikes any of them spec'd with oval chainrings?
No.
They're more expensive. So, no bike manufacturer is going to spec something that's more expensive.
It'd be too. That would be a reason that someone wouldn't buy a bike, I think.
Yeah, and that's
I'm just trying to think like if there's something. It's like
it's just like so upgradable that it's like I have never tried one and I have no desire. And if somebody was like, "Oh, I love this," I'd be like, "Okay, yeah," but like it doesn't make me go faster uphill. It doesn't make you go faster downhill. It's just a preference thing. It's like grips to me.
I've heard it's better on like to stop like your back wheel slipping. Like say you're going up a climb and you have that like woof. It smooths out your pedal stroke. That's what I've heard. But again, it's like
maybe I don't really have bit.
I don't have that problem, so I don't. That's why I haven't tried it.
I mean, maybe it helps with that a little bit, smoothing your pedal stroke out. But I don't think it's that much better. Just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, hey, listeners, let us know in the comments on YouTube if you've tried one of these newfandangled 30-year-old technology oval chainrings. And while you're at it, make sure you head to iTunes because this really helps us. If you do enjoy the podcast, 5-star review, please, would be appreciated. It helps the podcast health, even though we don't have mountain biking in the name. And if you're on Spotify, go and follow the podcast on Spotify so it pops up in your podcast feed. And then subscribe on YouTube as well and share a friend and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've done that bit. We've done it.
And please say something about mountain biking in your review so that it helps people find us.
Yes.
Just like our friends, MTB Go and, who's it, Malachi? Oh, yeah, the SEO.
Malachi, man. That's what last week's comments should be, just Malachi's comments.
SEO
Malachi.
95.0100% sure it's Malachi.
No, it's not. He corrected us one episode. And also there's links in the description, by the way, to all of this stuff. There's links in the description to all of this stuff. I actually just tried to search for our podcast and then went, oh yeah, it's in our description.
Yeah, Paul, I love that you didn't realize I was totally trolling you saying Malachi and him.
You goddamn it.
Paul, no one says Malachi. It's Malachi.
Oh, shut up.
All right, last Spitfire question. Rylan Birch, how much low-speed compression do you run for lunch loop-like trails?
Ooh, great question.
He's referring to the lunch loops in Grand Junction, which are very chunky.
They are quite flat at times in and kind of just like, maintain your speed.
Wasn't there a bike named after the lunch loop trail? No.
So there's a salsa horse thief, which is, the horse thief.
No, Yeti had a bike that was something. It had like a little like tag on it that was based on a trail that they would do. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway,
SB5.
No, I'm trying to. If you guys remember, if you're listening, there was something that was like, oh, that's cool. It was like maybe it was like lunch rides or I don't know. It was something.
Is it the lunch ride? No.
Yeah,
their lunch ride is based off of Golden. Their trails in Golden.
Oh, I thought it was just based because every Friday they shut everything down and go for a ride.
It was something like that. People will remember. Leave a comment below.
It was a type of spec, wasn't it? You get the lunch ride spec, I think.
Yeah, or it was like it was a something spec.
Well, okay. So the lunch loop trails, they can be smooth. They can be very rocky. You can hit a 6-foot drop every now and again. You can hit a weird chunky roller. For me, I'm changing my low speed compression all the time.
What?
Sometimes I'm running 0 clicks from full open or 2 to 3 clicks from full open on my Fox 36 Grip 2. So I'm not running very much, but if I'm like know that I'm going to be tackling something really crazy, I might dial it to 5 or 6 clicks from open. But I think we learned from last week's episode that I am the best suspension wizard ever, and I know everything about suspension.
You are the best.
Yep. All right.
I have quite a lot nowadays. I have more. I'm slowing down the rebound, more compression. I actually have. It seems to be kind of the same actually on most of mine, but it's like 8 clicks from open, where the first click is 1. Does that make sense? You always count the first click as 1, not 0. I noticed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have 8. Yeah, I think I have, as Paul would say, 1. Okay, I think I have it fully open. And I think I've messed around with it, but with a little bit, but it always on my Fox 33 Grip 2 is fully open.
Yeah, the 33 is such a good fork.
Yeah, it's I was not supposed to say that. Fox is not introducing a 33. I promise.
Stepcast.
Yeah, 38's coming. Anyway, I don't run any, and I personally have not been in a situation where I thought I needed to, but once again, I'm not the best person to say anything.
Don't ask Josh.
Yeah, don't ask me.
I just find it's, I think, according to old Shock Quiz, if you get a pogoing effect, then that's when you need low speed compression, which is quite hard to figure out versus if it's like diving, I think. I don't know about you guys. But I've found it just calms things down and makes them more predictable. If you're going through a trail, it's going like, and you put some low speed on, it's like, does that make sense? I can only describe things in sounds now. It happened today. I had to pick up a rock and drop it to explain what I was trying to get across. So much context, but it's like I was like, I can't think of the word. And I just picked up a big stone and went, look, dong, like that. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
If it works for you, Paul, then keep doing what you're doing.
That's
Paul, you do you, my friend.
All right, moving on.
Holy guacamole. I'm so sorry. We have 30 iTunes ratings. Goodness gracious. Keep them coming.
Oh, wait. We did have. That's been the same for a while. People aren't leaving stuff.
That's still impressive to me. 30. Wow.
We need more. We need more.
Leave more. Loads more.
Leave 5 if you can at a time.
Wow, look at these comments. Josh is the best. The other guys are noobs. Josh is so cool. Wow, guys, you got to step up your game. All right. Sorry. Okay, back to our podcast.
Hey, should we jump into the next segment and then jump back into these after the next segment? Mix it up.
Maybe we should. Is this our favorite segment? I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, this is number 1 segment on the Joey podcast segment chart.
What segment is it?
Well, you
Is it you? Is it me? It's the Joey of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Joey of the week or JOTW. I love that.
Hashtags. We got to have an Instagram account, don't we?
I feel like that should be
No. Who's gonna post on it? Who's gonna post on it? Who's gonna post on it?
now
Not
with
me.
Facebook where you can post automatically.
Josh, thanks for nominating yourself to sign up for our podcast Instagram.
Just to remind everybody, Paul owns 96% of this podcast. I own 2%. Shane owns 2%. So if I do the Instagram, I would need some more percentage, my friend.
I will give you 3% tail and drop Shane's down to 1%.
I was going to say 3 more, 3 total, because I can't handle either of that amount. So perfect.
Well, okay. With Joey of the Week, we always start with who, what, when. Aaron Gwynn?
Oh yeah, Paul, Aaron Gwynn.
He did something this week. I can't remember what it was, but I know he did something.
He did an Instagrams.
Yeah, he did an Instagram, and I was like, what did he do? Okay, hold on. Just bear with me a sec.
Aaron Gwynn 1.
Don't mind us as we're all looking up Aaron Gwynn's Instagram. All right, everybody, I found it.
Helmet cam footage.
He did something with the GoPro. He did something.
Chasing my shadow around with a new hashtag GoPro Hero 8 for the last day at the bike park this year. Fun times with the homies. I already can't wait for next season. Shout out to Roku for putting in work and a whole new DH trail this year. Fist bump at Snow Summit at GoPro hashtag bikes are fun.
Oh, so glad that he is a professional bike racer, not a professional social media, or even though he's got 427,000 followers.
He's one of
a check mark.
The biggest people in mountain biking. But no,
wait.
He's doing his thing. He's riding his bike. He's having fun.
It gets better. The number one comment that I see looking at it
Brian
online.
Vaughn.
Brian Vaughn. The chin bar is where all the cool kids are mounting their GoPros these days.
Yes, Brian.
Totally calling out Aaron Gwynn.
BV calling out the Gwynn.
You idiot. Figure it out, Aaron Gwynn. I love Brian.
I can't. The day I see Aaron Gwynn wearing a chin mount GoPro is the day I quit mountain biking. Because
Deal. Seriously, you promise? You promise? We just got it on recording. Paul, I'm going to meet Aaron Gwynn, get an intro for the podcast, and get him to wear this and say, Paul, you're done for.
Turn in your bikes.
Okay. Hey, so nominations. I would like to jump in with me. I will nominate. Wait. Prepared as best I can. I would like to nominate Josh from the Daily MTB Rider YouTube channel.
Yeah, please.
After a good hour of berating me last week about suspension settings and being too fussy about suspension settings, Josh literally the next day, I swear it was, put out a video where no less than 5 times does he mention about his suspension and how he needs more air in his suspension, and he keeps going on about it. And I was sat in my living room going, what?
But Paul,
you did. You were like, I. Do you know what? Suspension. I said it. I forget it. I never think about anything to do with my suspension. Yeah. You could change anything on my forks, and I would never notice a single bit of difference because I don't care, Paul. Because I just get on with it. Literally, like 20% of the episode, like, yeah, I think I need more air in my suspension, and then he goes on about it on multiple occasions. So
he didn't use it as an excuse, though.
My nomination, Josh from Daily MTB Rider.
Do I get to make an excuse, or is that allowed,
then,
Paul?
But then, literally, you would be going against everything you do against me. So it depends. If you want to be a hypocrite, Josh, you go right ahead. You've made your bed. Please, I invite you to lay in it.
All right. Let's see if we can get these knuckle cracks on the microphone. Here we go. Ready?
Whoa!
Did you hear that?
That was very impressive. Hold on, let me see.
Paul, do you have any idea when I filmed that video riding the North Shore with Nick from VanCam?
Can't remember.
It was precisely, I want to say, within the first 2 weeks I owned that bike. So I'd set it up for Whistler opening day. I think I had maybe ridden it 2 other times. Came to the realization after tweaking with it that I did not refill it to the right air pressure I had set. So after that day, I put in the right amount of air pressure and did not touch it since. And that was, and I quote, 4 months ago.
I just can't believe you are so sensitive with your suspension that you would ever have to change it. I swear this was a different video, but maybe I was wrong. But anyway, I just thought it was
Paul, funny. Backtracking pretty hard right now, buddy.
Oh, yeah, because all your videos this week have just been you sat in your garage.
Paul.
Oh, it was sure, but I did. You must appreciate the lol factor. Where I
Wow.
was literally
It sounds
in a room.
sounds like you're backtracked really quick, Paul.
No, but you did. You talked about it in a video, and that was the funniest thing because we were literally spending an hour with you going on at me about how I'm so bothered, and then you made this video, and you're like, "God, my suspension. I just need it. I need more air in the suspension."
But once again, I will defend myself and say I did not talk about PSI settings. I talked about compression and rebound. All I talked about in the video was I need more PSI. That's it.
Okay, Josh, you do you. Anyway, real Joe of the week has got to be Sheyn. What
He
Sheyn
wins.
witnessed. What Sheyn witnessed.
What did I witness? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? JF rides.
Oh yeah.
Did you see this, Josh?
I saw some of it, but I don't think I know all of it.
I think I talked about it a little bit last week, but yeah, we went to Moab and hit this drop called the Super 8, which, you know, they've built up a landing, so it's more like the Super 4. But Yuka from Vangirl Yuka, she sent it to flat. She sent it to Super 8. But yeah, I was talking with JF saying, hey, like, this is just a pretty mellow drop. You can go at rolling speed. You can go pretty slow. I showed him one time. And then he was like, okay, yeah, like, tow me in. I was like, okay, like, you can go slow, tow in. And I go off kind of at rolling speed, and he hits the brakes before he goes off. And his fork and front wheel dive down. He hits the landing in kind of like a nose manual and then completely reverses it, goes to a full manual, loop out, and just like crashes at the bottom, huge dust ball.
Have you not seen it? Have you not seen it, Josh?
No, I need to watch
Go to
it.
JF Fry's channel. We'll
I saw
fill in
his
the gaps.
video and I didn't have time to watch it yet. Yeah.
I'll fill in the gaps here with Sheyn while you go and find it, and then suddenly react to seeing it. I think it's about bad. I think it's about 4 minutes in. But I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
It was just so spectacular. It was incredible.
I feel bad because for me, you know, he was kind of like, yeah, I got it. And I was thinking, okay, you know, if you're thinking you got this, you know how to do drops, you know, because you do a 6 foot drop the same way you do a 1 or 2 foot drop, maybe even up to 8 feet or whatever. After he crashed, he was like, this is the biggest thing I've ever tried. I don't do drops. I was like, so I did not encourage him to do it again.
This looks very chill from what I can see.
Oh, in the GoPro, it looks super chill. Yeah. And in person, it's pretty chill. But if you've never done it before, if you're not, you don't do drops.
Here's a question. When we went to Captain Ahab, why didn't we see this?
I did not know where this was. So this is on the Jeep climb. So you have to like cut off onto the Jeep climb. We just took the regular mountain bike single track.
We sure did. Yeah, I'd like to. Well, my dream this year, Sheyn, is that we go back and revisit Captain Ahab together.
Let's do the Super 8.
Wait. I see the drop, but maybe it looks like a pretty chill drop, and he landed it.
It looks pretty chill, but I don't ever want to say anything about anything until I see it in person.
He cleaned it up. Yeah.
Wait, so he failed first and then cleaned it up.
Yeah, he failed first, and then
have you not
one
seen
of
the
our
crash
other
yet?
buddies?
I saw the thing where he did it right.
Oh, then you got to go further than that.
There it is. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it crazy?
It's at 249.
Thank you, Sheyn, for going in. Oh my god!
I slowed it down to like 0.5 on YouTube just to watch how it's spectacular.
It's just crazy. He's there, and you're like, okay, he's messed it up a bit, but then he messes it up in the exact opposite way to what you think he'd do.
Yeah, you thought he was going to go over the bars.
How do you mess something up that badly? Oh,
it was crazy. Gosh. It was crazy.
Yeah,
that drop. Okay, I'm just going to say it. James, I love James. If he's probably not listening, I'm not going to be a douche to him. But in general, that drop was not that big, and it looks like you guys were going too slow. Just my 2 cents.
That's what unprofessional Kyle says immediately.
Oh, he was going too slow. You can go off it slow. You just don't hit your brakes at the end, like at the takeoff. And the takeoff is really weird. It's like slanted off camber, and you roll into it, and then you have to take off camber onto like a straight landing. So it's a little bit weird, just a bit.
Yeah,
but yeah, they built up that landing super chill.
I believe Eric, old BC POV, didn't do it when he first.
Yeah, him and RC. Him and RC skipped out on it.
But RC's done it since, hasn't
And
he?
Yuka did it. Yeah, then RC went back. Actually, I went back with RC. RC cleaned it up.
Cleaned it up good.
Yes.
Shane, are there drops in the area you won't do?
No.
And next segment.
I like drops.
I think James gets it for sure. But hey, I want to read a comment from one of our listeners.
Yes.
I don't have any Joey of the Week nominations, but this sounds like one from the crashing
yes.
mom.
Oh, I sent
Yes,
Shane
no,
a
no.
message. I sent Shane a message saying busted.
This is not Joey of the Week, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She says, I was going to try to read it like her, but I'm just going to read it like me. One time, Shane calls me and says, "You're going to be mad," and proceeds to tell me he was at the bike park, dropped into a bowl on his skateboard when a BMXer crashed into his face. I love that she didn't say he crashed. No. The BMXer crashed into his face. So he leaves the park, realizes he's driving, that he's probably concussed. So he pulls over to take a nap. What you're not supposed to do. When
You know what you're not supposed to do.
When he gets home, his eyes are already black and is completely swollen shut. He looks like Quasimodo. His eyebrow permanently droops now. Anyway, I was certainly worried about him. Oh, let's see it, Shane. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at it.
Are you not? Oh my god, it does.
Yeah, it's kind of just permanently scar tissue there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, it takes my Asianness to the next level.
Oh no.
This is such a bad
Please,
podcast.
you're with two of the whitest people ever. Please don't bring this in.
Don't bring-
No,
so
I am
liable.
not, you dogs. Anyway, she says, I don't think he's afraid of crashing. I think he's afraid he's going to get injured and have to see my face and face my wrath. So,
Yeah. So, okay, to be fair, this was skateboarding. It was probably 10 years ago, more 11, 12
10
years
years.
ago.
And she only brings it up now. Where's she been?
Yeah, so,
taking
but
care of children's
was-
ball, once again, you'll never understand. Oh, wait,
at a
one day
skate
you will.
park, you're riding along and you go and you drop into a bowl. You've done it on a BMX or skateboard or rollerblades. I'd peg you to be a scooter boy. No,
Me or Paul?
either.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was a super hard skateboarder.
Sweet. Okay, so you know how you can ride along and then just like instead of dropping into a bowl, you can ride into it?
Yeah.
I go and ride down. It was a pretty big bowl. I didn't really notice there was a BMXer flying across. He's coming up out of the bowl as I was dropping into it. So I just like dove right into him and smashed. I don't remember a lot of it.
So you
A great sign. A great sign.
And I don't wear a helmet when I skateboard. So,
dropped into a bowl that somebody was currently sessioning in and you
Coming
blamed
up.
them?
well, okay.
yes.
So
Josh,
this bowl,
I think
it was
you've-
like a
you've hit the nail on the head there.
bowl.
I
Three-quarter
feel-
bowl.
I feel like you've hit the nail on the head there that Shane snaked this BMX rider.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes. I
Mm.
paid the price.
Sure did. Anyway,
Yeah, I literally
next,
was like pulled over and I was, where am I? I didn't know where I was. And I called my wife.
next comment. The Kootenai Cranberry. Jury of the week, I'd like to nominate my buddy Butters.
Butters.
That's his nickname. I've had multiple people in my life that have been nicknamed Butters. It's quite a great name.
That's a good name for you, Paul. Keep going.
No. He was riding the jump line at Panorama Bike Park and he hit a fairly large jump, a similar jump to the Moon Booter on A-Line. When he landed, his rear shock on his Commensal Supreme came out of the lower shock mount. He went through 100% of his travel and more. The shock was no longer attached to the linkage. The tire hit his seat and he crashed hard. Somehow he didn't get hurt and says that from learning how to crash on dirt bikes.
No.
Yeah, crazy. Maybe he did just roll out. Turns out he never checks any of his bolts. So this one just wandered out over multiple riding sessions. Everyone, please check your linkage bolts on a monthly basis.
My
Wow.
goodness. That's a Joey move.
Yeah.
Like
That gets it.
there's so many warning signs before a bolt comes out, like squeaky bikes, feeling play. Like that's on you, dude. That's a Joey move.
Butters.
Sure is. Butters. What is his catchphrase? Like, hamburgers.
Oh, hamburgers.
He crashes and said, hamburgers.
All right, guys. I think JF Rides has to win it.
without a doubt.
Yeah. So we'll link JF Lides. We'll link his video, JF Rides video below.
He got it
Thank
the
you, Shane,
sixth
for
time.
going in and putting that in after the fact. That's great work.
Damn it.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
back to tech questions with the Joey podcast. Tech questions with the Joey podcast.
I'm gonna slip one in here so we have clickbait, but let's go through the first ones.
Answered horribly.
I'm sorry, what did you just say, Josh?
I'm gonna slip one in here for
Okay. Next question. Is 11 Speed dead from Ethan B? Oh God, why do I always pick the hard ones to read? Ethan RB.33. Is 11 Speed dead?
No, 9 Speed is making a comeback.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And the truth is, I run 11 speeds right now. I like 11 speeds better, and I will say 11 speeds are dead.
You run 11 Speed right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I have my numbers mixed up. Yeah, it's not ridiculous. E13 still sell an 11 Speed cassette.
Yeah, but even they sell a 12 speeds cassette.
Yeah, they just sell both, I guess.
Yeah. They're dead. The industry's moving to 12. It's unfortunate, but it's how it is.
Yep. Is that it? Yeah. Shane?
All right. I don't think they're dead. I think they're just like 27.5 wheels. People are still going to want them and ride them.
I would agree. They're just like 27.5 wheels. They're dead.
They're dead.
All right. And I'm on an 11 speed.
Everyone did say this. Everyone did say this about 10 speed years ago. It's like, oh, 10 speed, like it'll be around, and then it's not.
No.
So it'll probably be the same thing.
Can't
Next
wait for that
question.
13.
Here's a
Next
good one.
question.
I just adjusted this. How far forward is too far forward when it comes to rolling your handlebars? This is Troy Benali.
Troy Benali.
Benelli.
I would say honestly, it just depends on your bars. Like I try to keep mine pretty level because I realize this is once again shows who I am. I realized when I put on a new pair of bars I just got from FSA. Thanks, sponsors dream. Anyway, I rolled them way too far backward and I was like, oh, this is terrible. I rode that way for 5 rides and every time I went, this is not good. But I updated it, I fixed it, and so now it's more level. So
I updated it.
I think if they have rise, they kind of have like a smiley face that goes this way. Once you start rolling them forward and then that goes past the medium mark, I think that's too far forward. I think you can go straight up. That might be too much, but I think that's the limit.
Yeah.
Troy.
I actually have mine like really rolled back. I think it's because I've always had dirt jumpers for ages, and I just always had them rolled back. And like any forward roll, I can't stand it. I think people used to do it because bikes were too small. Maybe like taller people, I've noticed, tend to have their bars naturally rolled forward because they're trying to get more space.
yeah.
But I don't think they need to do that anymore.
I think it makes the bike handle differently.
Yes.
Yeah, on your one up thing, you've got a little line. Where's yours currently sat?
I think I'd put mine dead in the middle to utilize the flex.
Yeah.
But there is no middle.
Let me see.
Okay, quick, Josh, fill the time in while Shane goes and has a look and I have a look.
One time I put my handlebars on backwards and I was curious as to why they felt so weird. It turns out they were on backwards. All right, guys, what'd you find?
So I have there's little marks on these handlebars, and I have the kind of, if you're looking at the marks kind of forward to you, I have mine on the one that's furthest away, on where the front plate kind of attaches on.
Oh,
And that's
mine
relative
is slanted up just a little bit.
Yeah, that's relative to your bars because for
Your
everybody
stem.
it might be a little different.
We actually have the same bar and stem. That's why
I don't have the same stem.
What? Well,
Sucks
it
and
should be the same. It should be the same.
Yeah, the middle line on the bars is up just a little bit. So, I mean, I'm not rolled too far back or forward. It's perfect.
Probably quite similar.
Cool. Okay, Mr. Tonka, where do the saddle bearings go?
They go on the left ventricle.
In your butt.
Next question.
Shut up and ride. What makes brakes awesome and some not awesome? Don't they all work the same?
Ooh. Fair point. They all do work the same. Nowadays, all mountain bike brakes are hydraulic. They all
Kind of.
stop you from going faster. That's how they all work the same. What makes them awesome and not awesome? Modulation versus stopping power. That's kind of the two hot button phrases you'll always hear. What do you guys think?
Wait, I want to hear more. Keep going.
I mean,
Is that all you've got?
I think the
could you-
biggest difference between brakes nowadays is modulation. Some people
Yeah.
like and prefer modulation more. That's like SRAM brakes. Some people don't. They like an on-off feel, and that's like Shimano brakes. You can personally, I found you can make SRAM brakes run without a bunch of modulation with less of it. I personally prefer an on-off feel. So yeah.
And also there's dot fluid and mineral oil. That's the other one. And dot fluid is corrosive.
And
And
burn your skin off.
someone told me it gives you cancer today. Where
It probably does.
Just don't drink it.
no.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Well, like it gives you cancer if it touches you.
I don't know. I'm literally surrounded by dot fluid.
Well,
There's
that's
like-
because
you
why
are.
SRAM brakes. I don't know why they. I guess I wonder if mineral brakes would lead to being less modular or have a less modulation.
it must be something to do with the heat.
Yes, that's why they use dot fluid. But mineral oil does fine. It doesn't like. It's not like
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It
And-
might be more environmentally friendly as well. I don't know.
No, I don't. Not than mineral oil.
Really?
No, it's you can drink mineral oil.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'm saying.
Oh,
the same
sure.
thing. You're just getting them mixed up. Yep. I'm
And,
saying mineral oil is more environmentally friendly.
The one thing I will say about Shimano that people always gripe about, which is true, forgive me. Sometimes you pull a Shimano brake and you have to like pull it again. Sometimes it's got to warm up a little bit.
Yeah. Or the bite point changes.
Yeah, I don't mind that as much, but yes,
Yeah.
that does change.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe.
unprofessional Kyle, yesterday's ride, went to pull a manual 100 yards into the ride, and his Shimano brakes. He pulled his rear brake because he was going past, and it wasn't there. And he literally went down, knocked the air out of him. Yeah, he did not finish that ride.
I've only ever done that on a SRAM brake, but it was not the brake's fault. It had not been bed in by the bike shop who I demoed it from.
By the person at the bike shop. The bike
You're
shop.
supposed to bet on your own brakes.
Mike rides mountain bike. I tried to find clickbait on Jensen. What category is it listed under?
It's under the fishing category. Shimano.
Very good.
I usually just
Miscellaneous fishing.
Google it. Oh, this is a good question.
Sandy Luhu?
Yeah, Shane, can you read it? Read the whole thing. It's really good.
What's better, Fox or RockShox? And why do Scots suck so bad?
Great question. Great question. Paul, do you want to start or do you want us?
Yeah, I would love to start, but I'm pretty sure that Scott's porridge oats are actually really nice, so I'm kind of confused.
Scott's
and
what?
why this is relevant. I'll be honest, I think this is a completely dead joke. All I was trying to think of was anything else that was Scott's, and I was like, I'm pretty sure porridge oats is Scott's.
No,
Wait, let me check.
to clarify, to you,
It is Scott's porridge oats. I was right. The joke stands.
I just to clarify, Shane and I have never ever said Scott's bikes suck ever.
No, in fact, Shane made a whole video about how he had a good time.
Yeah, their bikes are fine. They just have too many cables. That's the only gripe I have.
Yeah.
Fox or
Please
RockShox?
Fox or RockShox? Yes.
Cool. Paul?
Is that just it? Yes. Is that your answer? Fox or RockShox? Yes. I will say Fox. I think.
I think I personally prefer RockShox. Yeah, believe it or not.
But you hold on.
You bought a
Shane.
30, you bought a 33.
Shane.
Shane, shush.
I feel like the Josh potential clickbait video is incoming because he made a whole video about he compared all the suspension forks about which one he's going to buy, and then he bought Fox.
Well,
And now he's just said he prefers RockShox.
he was also part of a video, Grip 2 versus Fit 4, and he was like, you don't need a Grip 2, just get the Fit 4, because that's the type of rider I am. And then he buys the Grip 2.
And guess what, boys? In both, and that one video was not my video, but in the one I said about suspension, I said I'm very familiar with the RockShox, not so much about the 36. So that's why I wanted to try it. And guess what? I ended on. Yeah, I was right. I really do like RockShox, and I should get a Fit 4 because I don't need a Grip 2. That's it.
Do you feel like RockShox is smoother?
I feel like they are more linear, and I like that.
Okay.
I feel like they're softer. But that's not a proper term. So
I know. I feel like I don't know, because I have had both and I have no affiliation to both. I don't know. I think the Fox one is just more refined. Like the grip 2 in the downhill bike I've got. I think it just feels a little bit more refined. I don't know.
Let's just call a spade a spade. Fox
There we go.
suspension looks way better. It just looks cooler. I'm sorry.
It does.
Yeah, I agree with
It's the only color that hasn't like aged. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like old suspension fork stanchions age horribly, apart from the black ones.
Yep.
But yeah, the Kashima still works, and it doesn't do anything. Kashima, it's exactly the
No,
same.
I've had to explain that so many times.
It just makes you faster. Flatwoods MTB says, how do you service a 3-speed Sturmy Archer hub? Asking for a friend.
I actually know the answer to this one.
There is a video.
On
By our
Daily
friend.
MTB Riders channel.
RJ.
No,
Bike guy.
if you've seen my video Flatwoods mountain bike, really like Flatwoods. I make a video about flats versus clips, and I throw them in the trash. Like basically, it's like two of the same videos. That's what you need to do with that hub: is throw it in the trash and then never use it again.
Oh, sad. Okay, Flatwoods. I actually did some homework. I pulled up a video.
You didn't.
I'll put the link below. It's by our friend RJ, the bike guy, and it's a 31-minute service. So get your pants ready.
31 minutes.
Honestly,
Wow.
that just sounds really difficult. Like I'd be like, if I really want to keep this hub because it's a cool hub.
It's from 1974.
I know it's cool.
They
I would
still
just
make
bring
them.
it
They're
to a
still
shop.
current. They're still current. I would. I mean, in 31 minutes, you could probably throw one away, go and order an Alpine Shimano one or whatever, and then come back and install it, and it'd be quicker.
Brought to you by Shimano.
All right. Trail Features has a great question. What's the best bike? And Paul, you have to answer this. That's not a Scott.
What one do I?
You can answer that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I
It's
don't.
like
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Scots are up here. What's next?
The best bike. Honestly, I loved that transition smuggler I had. That was probably one of the best bikes I've owned.
It's a good bike.
Yeah, it was just like I think that just kind of turned me over to short travel, but good geometry, whatever. Yeah,
29ers. Thank you.
and it was
Thank
a
you.
29er. Yeah. It was just so much. It was so much fun. It's kind of it. Honestly, it kind of rides like the Spark right now. So it's just like I don't think people need as much suspension.
You heard it here first. Paul just admitted the Spark and Scott are just trying to catch up to transition. Just kidding.
Only this one, the smuggler I think was like 32 pounds, and that one's like 27. It's crazy.
If you had said the smuggler was like 40 pounds, I would have been like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, nice.
Zinga. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what do you guys have to answer?
Oh, that's not a Scott? NS. Easy.
Rocky Mountain.
Oh shit. Okay. We've already done this one anyway. Trail Features should know better.
Yeah.
1MTB. How to crash more?
Try harder.
Yeah, actually push limits. We could answer this seriously, I guess, couldn't we?
I was gonna say something snarky and rude, so that's way better.
Well, so my whole thing is, the ride more, crash less on these cool T-shirts. But I had someone tell me it should be try harder, crash more, which that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, next T-shirt. There you go. You can do a Josh with multiple clickbaits. Just have slightly different. Yeah, he would support that.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, can you read the next one for us?
Yeah, sure can. How do you think MTB like Yamaha?
Sorry, Paul.
Three-wheeled learning motorcycle would ride?
Oh, sorry.
I honestly not too familiar with tricycles. Is it a knee bike? Is that an e-trike? Is that a thing?
Yes, obviously, Kent, a 3-wheeled motorcycle is lame. I'm just gonna say it. I think they're lame, and a mountain bike would be lame as well. Shane?
Okay, I actually think it could be pretty cool because, click on the screen, share the screen of this image.
I will. Whoa,
Yes,
hold on.
it's
Don't worry, Paul skipped a question. We'll get back to it.
What
everybody.
wait, is this?
Front grip for days, maybe with 4 lefty forks, 2 wheels, 4 lefty forks. When you lean, isn't that crazy?
You have to watch this on our YouTube channel if you are listening on the podcast. But basically, it's a sport motorcycle with 2 front wheels. That it looks cool. It doesn't look dumb.
Shane, scroll down. I want to see it turning the other way.
It doesn't
perfect.
turn the other way.
It
just
does.
turns left.
Hilarious.
It's a NASCAR trike. That's what it is. It's a NASCAR trike, and it goes left.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think
It looks great. Buy one.
It would be like a 50-pound mountain bike. You might have grip for days, but
Yeah, it looks terrible. Just buy a two-wheeled bike. On to a better question. Get on the bandwagon. Says I own a Scott. Not going to get on that bandwagon. And my cables have the appearance of tangled headphones. Help! Hey, Paul, you can speak to this.
Get on that. I can absolutely help. What you need is some shrink wrap. Now, you're actually in a better. I'm going to assume you have your brakes the American way or North American, which is the back brake on the right, which is actually better to have everything wrapped up. But I use shrink wrap. It actually looks really good. And yeah, I'd take it to your local bike shop, get that sorted, tidy it up. Next question.
I will actually give some serious advice. It's the same that I gave to Flatwoods about the clipless video. Throw it in the trash. All right, next question. Nah, shrink wrap. Always heat shrink. That's what I use for my cables.
Okay, so I'm going to chime in too on the thing, the Scott thing, whatever. I don't think you need it. I think they ride well without it. I don't think you need to put it in middle or lock it out. And this is a compliment to Scott. I think their bikes ride well enough to not need it.
Yeah, I think.
Let me pipe up before.
I think it is actually it is useful. I sincerely use it all the time, and I think it has its benefits.
Because it's there, and you have to justify all those cables.
But listen, I make fun of it more than anybody. I'm probably one of the biggest advocates for the twin locks like they have. People who say a bike, you should keep the suspension open all the time. That's what it's designed for. My response is no. We want bikes that are designed to go downhill very well, and we want it to still do well climbing, but it's so nice to be able to click it into a climbing mode. That's my 2 cents.
Well, if you're going to climb up a big fire road, it's easy to just reach down and flick the thing. No?
There was one bike where you couldn't do that.
And if it was wireless, Sheyn, and it was just a single button that was tidy, then that would be pretty sick.
Oh yeah. Totally. I reckon if it was like wireless, everyone would have it.
Oh, yeah.
It
changes the volume in your rear shock too.
Crank Pushers asks, how do I change the fluid in my Axis drivetrain? Well, what you want to do is you want to measure out 2 cups of water and then slowly introduce it to the Axis drivetrain. Yeah. And then you should be gold. Yep. Sorry, distilled water. What, am I, an idiot?
You have to put it in the microwave for a little bit too.
I tried using orange Gatorade. That seemed to work, but distilled water definitely is the way to go. But you could try the orange Gatorade trick.
Microwave 3 minutes. Serious question. Has anyone ever made a boiled cup of water in the microwave?
Yeah, and then if you give it to plants, it kills the plants.
What?
Really?
Why did you?
How?
What?
Yeah, if you have 2 plants and you give tap water or you put water in a cup, microwave it for a minute, it will kill the plant over time.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking like let it cool down and then give it to the plant?
Yeah.
Can you kill a plant
with microwave water? Yeah. It's like significantly worse if you microwave water before giving it to plants.
Oh, do you know what it does? It alters their DNA.
There you go. It makes them terrible.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, God. I have been this is the worst. Literally, the top result, it says myth, microwave water. And I read it and believe Google so hard. I'm just like, oh, God. No, this is fake news.
Snopes.com.
No, hold on. I'm Josh. This is going to be heartbreaking. But
this is high school science fair.
No, dude, I think this is actually a myth.
Sheyn, did you microwave that? Stop, Sheyn. Don't drink that. Sorry.
Well, we got this new life insurance program, and my wife has been microwaving my water ever since.
Paul's like intently reading right now.
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
I think this is a serious thing. I don't want you to be misinformed, Josh. So I have to find.
Hey, Paul, let's let our listeners leave their comments below what they think, and then we can do a reveal at 10,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Italian voice reveal at 10,000.
Oh, I think apparently someone tried to say that microwaved alternated the DNA. And I was like, how the hell would that work when I said it? But no, apparently it doesn't do anything. So there we go. Next question.
Why do I keep breaking things? By Sean the Lord 12. Because, Sean, you keep riding your bike. And if you keep breaking things, that means you're using them. Congrats.
Exactly.
I would say that. Sean shreds. All right. Danimal MTB. Silicone grips or lock-on grips?
Why would you get silicone grips? Like, straight up. Like,
they're super comfy.
But do you like riding a motorbike? Do you like riding a motorbike on your push bike?
Yes. No. Wait. No. The answer is no. No.
Wait, what did I say? No.
Yeah, lock-ons. Everyone uses.
Or what about like the ESI?
No.
Those don't spin. I think they're comfy. But
Brian-
I'm going to
does
say
Brian
lock on.
still
'Cause
use
I hit
those?
rocks all the time.
Brian Kennedy, BKXC, does he still use silicone?
No, because of the ridiculous Ibis add-on thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Those are great questions. Oh, I have one more for us. Electronic shifting. Is it good or is it a waste of money?
It's Josh. I'm going to go in first here. It's not good. It's exceptional.
Oh, wow.
I went for a ride with Mike Levy, who did the pink bike review on Axis.
Name drop.
I'm just telling the story. And then I worked with him for 4 years. I have never heard him tell me to try a product like when he had Axis on the bike. He was literally like, Paul, you should jump on my bike and give it a go. Seriously. And I was like, wow, this must mean that electric shifting is really worth it.
Did he have the dropper on there too?
Yeah. Oh, and
I hear that's legit.
yeah, I've heard it's good. Yeah, I've the bike shop owner that I work with, Republic. He has 2 shifters. One is set to shift up, and one is set to shift down. So
It's kind of like the SRAM E-tap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like that. Yeah. But yeah, I think the Di2 as well works really well. I think all of it's all going to go electronic. Oh, is that clickbait for next week?
No, we're going to keep some cables.
No.
I mean, Scott will.
Hey, where did you get your NS from?
Cool. So yeah, I agree that electronic shifting is, my answer is very, very cool.
Shane, it's a joke about how you can't buy NS anywhere.
You can buy them many places. You can buy an NS in the States. Absolutely. All right, back to the point. Electronic shifting, I think, is cool. I want it. I think it is unnecessary.
I don't. I think it's definitely evolution. It's only going to get. It's like everything is going to be electronic.
I agree.
Like you'll see like Dior or NX be electric shifting.
What if we had electronic brakes that actually worked well? That would be
Everyone always says this, don't they? They're like, oh, when a Bluetooth brake's going to happen, and it's like, are they in your car? Like, I don't think so.
But is electronic shifting in your car?
I don't think cable shifting is going to go away.
CVT shifting's in our car, but it's not necessarily electric.
People don't want to charge their bikes.
Ooh,
I don't want to charge my bike.
Well, anyway, we should call it there.
Wait, should we? Isn't there one more thing we were going to talk about?
I thought there was one more. I'm just going to